what you talking about. There's still something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. You already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
I'm a gentleman, baby, and a dog with a bite. I just wanna nibble on your night. So sentimental when I step in the middle. When I do a little dance, till it turns daylight. So jump, in a moment. Margella got me feeling iconic.
From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. 1st and 10 from the 41. Montgomery now up the middle. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still. To the 49. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Pretty doggone impressive feat of strength to hold the line against a sneak, even when you know it's coming.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Here we go with Montgomery. He has the 1st and still going past the 35. Touchdown. Just like they drew it up in practice this week, partner, and the exact start they wanted to have in this game.
That's 100%. That's why you script and you go over these plays ahead of time. Kate, you know this. All those amazing essays you wrote at Cal, that start to that paper was so important. It set the tone for the rest of it.
And he misses on the extra point, so a good start for their offense, but not for him kicking it. Score stays at 6-0. So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. Escapes the pocket. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's on the move. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Prime connected with Xavier Worthy there. 5 coming up.
You know, that's a high degree of difficulty throw. Not a lot get tougher than that one. But now, fortunately, Kate, he aired it closer to the sideline, and it goes harmlessly out of bounds.
Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 39. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Again, Mahomes to throw. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it, on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack and attack. And that time, attack a 3rd time for 6.
Reed now to kick this one away. Khalif Raymond to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Gives to Montgomery to start the drive. Has a hole left, room to run. Into the red zone. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions need only one to take the lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Keeping it on the ground. And he's into the end zone again. So he gets them the big play touchdown, and then they reward him with a chance to add on 2 more. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This one's going to be a return from deep in the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. On target to Worthy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big 34-yard pickup there. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Finds his man. It's Worthy.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They will not get another play off. We're at the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. He's got it at the 5. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So after thinking it over, they're lining up for 2.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Another throw for Mahomes. On the move, headed right. And he will get into the end zone. That ties this game up. 2 touchdowns, gone for 2 both times now. Seems like they're content just kind of leaving the kicker on the sideline and staying aggressive after each touchdown.
And you know what it reminds me of, Kate? And you call a lot of basketball as well. The college basketball game, it's all analytics. It's all threes or dunks. Right? The 2-point jump shot, it is gone. And this team right now is just going for the jugular, saying, nah, I don't need to kick a 1-pointer. Let me just try that thing from extra deep, the 3-point land. The 50%, well, that's just as good as 2 for 2 with the kicker.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They give up the gut to Montgomery. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's brought down for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Goff on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
4th down, Goff throwing. He's on the move. Oh, a big risk. No surprise here. They intercept it. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs get it back with a nice return to boot down inside the 30. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Has some room to work, and he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Mahomes throwing for 2. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Reed now to kick this one away. They'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's Montgomery. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. So through a flurry of points, we have hit the 2-minute warning. It's the Lions facing 2nd and 10. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll motion a tight end left. It's Montgomery on 3rd. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Couldn't manage even a yard on that run, so now it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Chased out to his right. And the defender comes away with it. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions can only get the return up towards the 10 before they're taken down.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They'll run again with Montgomery. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock here with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Fields the hard squib kick. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grow the lead coming out of halftime. So the Chiefs going for 2 once again.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. Bails out of the pocket quick. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails.
You know, no sense in piling on. Pretty clear for everybody to see. He knows he should have had that one. Just didn't watch it in the whole way. And it leaves 2 points on the table.
Reed now to kick this one away. Reynolds with a return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he's stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now gone. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs take possession of the football.
Just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
To the air, Mahomes. Forced out to his right. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His third through the air this game. The Chiefs making the call. They're going for two again.
The Chiefs will set up for the two-point conversion.
Here's Mahomes now. And he's got it. So they get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead.
34, Lions 14.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Raymond on the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. This is Montgomery. And he gets absolutely